All right, lesbians, pay attention to us. This is the hot test. When you flip out a knife, do you look hot? Pretty hot.
Welcome to another episode of the Kristin and Jorn Show. I'm Kristin.
I'm Jorn. And this is our show, we think.
We think it's our show.
We think.
We should check with someone.
Could be
Someone else's
the
show.
magic pyramid. So today's a fun little video because it's all about a certain special interest that I have called knives.
Knives! Sorry, I got excited about knives.
Don't watch us if you don't like knives.
Today we are going to be unboxing a box of mystery knives I bought online. So Talia Lavin on Twitter was talking about like this box of mystery knives that she found.
Basically, it's a company that'll send you an assortment of knives.
Mega knife.
And you don't know what's gonna be in it.
I have a confession to make.
Yeah.
I'm afraid of knives.
That's okay. For $150 and 12 items, like some are probably gonna be lower end and we might have some higher end things in there, which could be really cool. It could end up being a huge ripoff.
You like pocket knives mostly, right?
I love pocket knives, yeah. I collect knives, and so before we get into this video of new knives, I thought I would just do a fun little demonstration of my most expensive pocket knife in my collection and then my most recent pocket knife that I added to my collection.
That's a pocket knife?
It is, it's really tiny, it's in this box. I'm a big fan of Benchmade Knife Company. I think they make some of the finest knives. This is the most I've spent on a pocket knife. This was about $200. It was my birthday gift to myself. It's a Benchmade 485 Valet, and it was in collaboration with Shinola, the watch company based out of Detroit. It's just beautiful. This is M390 steel in the blade, so it stays sharp for a really long time. Oh, God, I just love it. And it's access lock, so.
Every time you do that, I'm just like, you're gonna die. And then it's fine.
Yeah. This is probably my favorite pocket knife, or one of my favorite pocket knives, because it's probably one of the most, as far as purchases go, this was like one of the nicest gifts I got myself.
I remember when you bought that for yourself.
Yeah, and
I
so
remember you being like, my baby's coming today, and I was like, ooh, a date? And you were like, kinda.
Kind of. Teacher. This is like my most recent knife. So this is
What?
a little Spyderco knife. All you knife hipsters out there, I'm naming two of the biggest brands, Benchmade and Spyderco. I do have some indies in my collection, but I didn't bring them today. Look how little this guy is.
Oh wow, it's so tiny.
This is like a tiny little keychain knife that I got. So I'm just really excited to get started. I can't wait. Like, what if we get some beautiful knives? We're gonna rate knives 1 to 5. 1 is, this is total Mall Ninja crap.
What does that mean?
A Mall Ninja knife is a knife that is like basically a gimmick, or it's like a cheap knockoff of something really good, or it's meant to make you literally look like a ninja. 5 is, I'll add it to the collection and carry it, and it will be a useful tool to me.
Wow, and you're gonna pick a favorite knife at the end.
Yeah, I'll pick a favorite knife at the end.
Oh my god, a favorite knife.
We're gonna get started. This is the first knife that we pulled out of the box.
It looks flat.
It looks flat. As far as I can tell, there's no branding on it. I would guess that we're gonna have mostly Mall Ninja stuff in here.
You're gonna use your knife to open up the knife?
Yeah, well, there's tape. I gotta cut it.
What's this knife?
Okay, so the second I saw this, I was really surprised they sent this to us. This is, I believe, a karambit style knife. According to Folklore, which is according to Wikipedia, these knives were inspired by tiger claws, kind of a smaller variant of a sickle.
Ah! Velociraptor claw.
440 stainless. It's not terrible, it's kind of like a budget steel. So this isn't sharp, so it's just a,
So it's an unsharpened knife?
no, it's sharp here. This is the sharp part.
Oh yeah, I know where the sharp part on the knife is.
Yeah, no. So, but what I mean is like, this is not sharpened.
Yeah, oh okay.
This isn't sharpened.
Okay.
For people that are really into knives, there are knives that like you collect and they're fun to collect, and there are knives that you would actually feel comfortable popping out in the cafeteria to open your juice. This is not one of those. You pull this knife out to open a box, everybody is running for the fucking hills.
I like the necklace part.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the cut test to see how sharp this is. If a knife is sharp, it'll cut paper like this. Clean off.
Oh! Actually,
cut-wise, not terrible. I give it 2. Probably not gonna carry it. It's like almost Mall Ninja, but it's not brightly colored, so it's a little bit more classy. So this knife, first of all, it's like the box is kind of broken, and it says Defender Extreme.
Well, I mean, it wants you to know what kind of defender it is.
I think this is already
extreme!
Oh my god. Oh my god. So
It has camo on it.
all right.
I can't see it at all. It's invisible.
This is a fixed blade. When you're going hiking or into the wilderness, you actually want a fixed blade because they're the strongest knives. 440 stainless, so that's just another like pretty basic steel. Also, ideally your knife is like really bright because if you drop it, you want to be able to see it.
Who are we camouflaging this from? Bears?
Yeah.
It's like, shh, I'm just gonna pin you. There's nothing in my hands.
Time for the cut test.
Oh, so it doesn't do that at all.
I mean,
it just rips. It just rips it. Yeah.
it's not, like, this is not a sharp knife.
Well, it's not really cutting the paper. It's just kind of tearing it.
I just think, like, if you're gonna be a fixed blade, don't be ugly. I'm giving this one a 2 on the Mall Ninja scale. Even a shitty fixed blade is always gonna be useful. They're gonna be a lot stronger than any folding blade. Next, Razor Tactical Survival Knife Series. This box is really heavy.
It's really heavy.
You know what I said about Mall Ninja shit? This is what I meant. This is so impractical. Y'all, this knife is ridiculously heavy. It's also called a
really
survival knife series, which doesn't really make sense
I
because
can't survive without my rainbows.
this is a glass breaker, and this little thing here is a seatbelt cutter.
Oh, that's useful.
That is useful. I mean, I have like a cheapo $6 knife that I have in my dash that I just have in case I ever need to break glass. I'm not even sure if this knife is legal in Los Angeles. Also, it's so conspicuous. It's also not that sharp. The blade doesn't fully lock in all the time. That's really
Which
dangerous.
means it's like, yeah.
Which means this could close on your fingers accidentally. This is called blade play. It's when the blade is like in the locked position and you can still move it around and fuck with it. That's how you know your knife either needs to be fixed or it's one of these. We'll try a cut test.
It doesn't.
Oh, okay.
No, I like kind of just ripped it.
Okay, and also it like almost shut on my finger, so we're done. This is a 1 on the Mall Razor shit. It's beautiful. I mean, it's a fun knife, but what the fuck? Ooh, oh, this is a neck knife. Oh, I'm so excited to see. This is another Defender Extreme knife. It's his Tactical Team 3CR13 steel, which is another basic budget steel. This is a Hundo Bundo a neck knife, and this is actually the proper size for one too. If you wear it as a necklace, it's like less aggressive than the karambit would be. There is a glass breaker. Looks like a butt plug.
Looks like a fudgesicle. Okay, it's clearly not working.
Okay, I'll give this one a 3.
Wow.
Because as far as neck knives go, it's the proper size. It's easy to deploy. I like that it has a little glass breaker. I think that just like adds another layer of utility to it.
Cool. What is this?
Another karambit. 3CR13 steel. Skeletonized handles, presumably so that it's thinner, like it's not as heavy of a knife. It's still really fucking heavy.
So is it just kind of like,
I mean, I don't really know a lot about like traditional karambits. I don't know if that's like, I know that's just the style that it is. We'll try a cut test. Honestly, I'm not super sure
it cuts?
how to cut. Okay, not
dig.
great.
Yeah, you have to dig.
I'm gonna be honest, anything that's like looks kind of combat-y is gonna be at least a 2 because I don't want to scare people.
It says hunt down on it. Ooh.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do
I
that.
don't want to hunt anyone
I don't want to
down.
hunt anyone down.
All right, next knife.
The bone edge. What is this? This blade is disgusting. It's covered in like stains and stuff. It's already falling apart. Like the handles, there's like are kind of falling off. I like the little sheath and I like the size of it, but I think it's too heavy. I think the blade is ugly. It doesn't cut great. Yeah, I mean, this thing.
It's like, you might as well get scissors, and what's the fun
Yeah.
in that?
I would give this another 3. Tiny little fixed blade. I'm likely not to carry it because of how ugly it is.
Here's the next knife.
It's
It's,
really long.
I know.
So this is another large fixed blade.
That looks scary.
I think it's ugly. Do you want to do the cut test?
I'll do the cut test.
So it's not very sharp.
You're gonna have to repeat first grade.
So I would give this another 3. It's like possible I'd carry it, you know, if I was going hiking and I needed a fixed blade, but this is a pretty dull blade and it's kind of ugly. All right, so this is another neck knife.
Oh, but it's
potentially.
colorful.
I think it's a beautiful blade shape. Also, the handle doesn't feel as cheap. 3CR13s. This might be one of the sharpest blade we've had so far. Here, let's do the cut test. Oh, shit.
Oh, wow. Hey, look at that.
I'm gonna give this one a 4. Even though it's like kind of a crappier steel, it actually came sharp out of the box. And I just think it's like the pop of color is really nice. All right, what's next?
What's next in the box? Gotta open one. Okay, I'm gonna open one.
There's no branding.
There's no branding. All right, this is a knife and it has a screw in it and it's 440 stainless. It has a little cord around it just in case you love rope.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Yeah, okay, so you obviously don't want your knife to fall out of the sheath, but you don't want it to be very, very hard to get it out because then it's dangerous. And then you're pulling a knife out very, very quickly with a lot of force. If you have this much blade, I'd honestly want a longer handle just so that you'd have more control. It feels kind of sharp. Like, it's not as blunt as the other ones, I don't think. Yeah, it's not really, you're not really getting clean cuts out of it, you know?
Yeah, it's just ripping.
This is a 2. Not my fave. What do we got here?
Oh,
Ooh,
this
what's
still
this?
looks Well, this is okay. We got more rope action. What is this?
Oh, it's a fire starter. This is a ridiculously uncomfortable knife. So this is a sharpening choil, what you have right here. That's so you can sharpen the blade. But this little nub is supposed to also act as like a guard, so you know where your fingers are supposed to go on the handle, but it's way too small. It's also just top heavy. Again, a lot of blade for such a small amount of handle. Here, try and do the cut test. Like, it hurts. This knife is not comfortable to hold.
It does not cut very well.
Yeah.
Honestly, it sort of shaves fibers off the top. Is this maybe your least favorite knife?
Yeah, I would say so. This would be a 1 because it's so uncomfortable. Why the hell would anybody carry it? But because it comes with a ferro rod, so you could conceivably start a fire, I would give it a 2 because there is something useful about that.
This is another razor.
Another razor tactical
survival knife series. Oh.
What is it? Oh my god. This is like, okay, that.
Tron knife.
Yeah, it's all Mall Ninja. Oh my god. It says EMS on the blade, which we think is like emergency medical services. I think it's orange because it's like a lot of knives that are designed to be used in the outdoors, or you know, they'll have like bright colors so that they're easy to spot. It's really heavy. It also has like a glass breaker and a seatbelt cutter. Like, you'd want this in your car versus nothing. To me, I don't see the point of having a dual edge. I would rather just a plain edge. And this is a personal thing. I'm not cutting bread.
Maybe you are.
Then I'll get a bread knife.
What if a bread is attacking you?
Panera. I hope.
I remember on the last knife, you were just like, blade is wobbly.
Oh, yep, there's blade play. Can't tell unless you're in the room because it's something you can feel, it's not visible. On a well-made knife, you should be able to hold the blade,
yep.
And you shouldn't feel any wiggle at all.
It's wiggling. Oh, whoa! It's pretty sharp. You wanna try cutting with this knife?
Sure. I got a good cut.
Oh,
there.
wow, that was weird. Look at this.
Thank you, Bree.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me play with a knife.
You're welcome. I gotta give this one a 2. Would I carry this? Fuck no. It has blade play. Also, it's ugly. But that doesn't mean it's not a usable knife.
Last knife.
Oh, whoa, weird. What a weird little guy.
Hi, little guy. You made of 3CR13 steel. What's going on? You want a banana? You want some Hot Pockets? No, you talk to him.
I didn't want to have you. This is like a weird little fixed blade.
It's like a knife for preschoolers. But yeah, who is this for? Because like, look at when I grip it, it's like the pinky gets left out. We all know the pinky does not like to get left out.
This is what peak performance looks like.
We can't just make a video about how the knife you already own is good.
The knife I already own is so
I know
good.
it is, but we're testing other knives. All right, here we go.
Ooh. All right, so this one, it's not that sharp.
No, it sucks.
Bree says that she thinks this is a diving knife, and that would make sense because it is really lightweight. It's a little cute, so I'll give it a 2. It's small, it's easy to, you know, maneuver. It's super lightweight. Not super Mall Ninja, but not super useful either.
All right, what was your favorite knife?
My favorite knife
Vortec.
was the Vortec neck knife, just because the blade shape is actually cool. It came out of the box sharp, unlike a lot of these, and it's really lightweight, which a neck knife should be. I would say that this guy is my least favorite. It's such a chunky handle.
And dirty.
It's heavy as hell, and this is the ugliest blade. No offense, but you're hideous.
I'm amazed that was your least favorite knife. I thought it was gonna be rainbow knife.
We'll always love the rainbow knife style because I think it occupies a unique place in like knife hobby culture. It's nice to have
It's kind of a knife for no one, because the people who want it shouldn't have knives.
Yeah.
And the people who are old enough to get it
They want better
get
knives.
better knives. Okay, well, I'm so excited for you to have all these knives.
I don't want all them. I just want these.
No.
I don't want
no.
these. I just want these.
Okay,
ones.
because what happens is we finish a video and then all the props end up at my house, and that's not gonna happen. That's our show. Bye.